Australia. The land of opportunities offers much more to aspiring immigrants than you would imagine. Great lifestyle, career opportunities, work-life balance, affordable quality education, social security and health benefits, incredible sports facilities, and world-class living, just to name a few. Australia has a strong economy and low unemployment rate, and offers salaries that well justify your professional credentials and expectations. Are you a skilled immigrant struggling to find your perfect job in Australia? Have you applied for several jobs and getting very few to no interview calls at all? Have you been interviewed but consistently getting rejection letters and wondering why? Are you a resilient professional who is really serious about investing your time and money in quickly finding your dream job? It doesn't matter whether you're in Australia or overseas. We are here to help you. Based in Melbourne, Career Launch Australia is a professional career mentoring service offered to global skilled immigrants to secure their perfect Australian job in weeks instead of months, and getting paid what they deserve, even if they don't have local experience. Immigrant coaching is much more than just career coaching. It involves understanding the mindset and thought process of individual immigrants at an emotional level, and professionally helping them with their job search. Empathy and heart-to-heart connection is crucial for immigrant coaching, and you will surely notice it in CLA consultants. Qualified professionals who have already got their Australian PR, work visa, or those who have applied for Australian PR and are likely to get their visa in the near future, proactively start working with CLA and acquire job search breakthrough techniques. This often results in them quickly securing the job they love after they migrate to Australia. CLA's proven success blueprints offers immigrant professionals practical tools and mindset they need to quickly succeed in their new life and career in Australia. CLA has been marketing their clients successfully into their preferred careers since more than 10 years, giving them both competence and confidence to win the high-paying positions they deserve. Our fully customizable mentoring package includes executive resume writing, LinkedIn profile, interview preparation, addressing key selection criteria, salary projection and negotiation, and most importantly, strategic networking techniques and connecting you with industry connections. A study shows that recruiters spend only 6 seconds reviewing an individual resume. Does your resume stand out in 6 seconds? On an average, every corporate job receives around 250 applications. Does your application hit the nail on the head? 89% of recruiters report hiring candidates through LinkedIn. Does your LinkedIn profile attract interest? 92% of employers and recruiters hire or plan to hire candidates through networks or referrals. How many recruiters do you know? 85% of critical jobs are filled via networking of some sort. Do you know how to strategically network with the right people and access the hidden job market? Average Australian full-time salary is $5,000 a month. You're losing this huge amount every month you're jobless for, and you're using your own hard-earned overseas money to survive in Australia. Could you afford to sustain this double loss? Time is ticking, so don't wait any further. Come and have a chat with us to quickly secure your dream job.
Welcome to this live simulcast of Career Launch Australia on this 26th day of February 2021. My name is Rajiv Bedse. You're watching us live on Facebook and YouTube. A very popular quote by Robert Kiyosaki said, "The richest people in the world look for and build network. Everyone else looks for work." There's another popular quote which says, "Networking is a lot more like nutrition and fitness. We know what to do. The hard part is making it a priority." My guest today is Ketan, who I would say is a great networker and is inspiration to the immigrant professionals looking for a job in Australia. I'm also joined by Ketan's wife, Neelam, who has a background in software testing and who will start working in Australia very, very soon. Ketan and Neelam, welcome to the simulcast of Career Launch Australia.
Thank you,
Thank
Raju
you.
sir.
Thank you
Thank
so
you for
much.
having us here.
My
And
pleasure.
I would like to thank everyone and good morning and good afternoon and good evening as well to all the viewers watching across.
Thank you so much. So Ketan has masters in IT from Melbourne. He has over 10 years of experience, overseas experience as information security expert, specializing in cyber security. He has developed strong expertise in network and security technologies, including LANs, VPNs, TCP/IP, DNS, HTTPS, web application firewall, and the list goes on. I'm not much conversant with all these technologies, but Ketan migrated to Australia around 1.5 years ago on a PR visa, and he quickly secured his new job as Senior Information Security Consultant. The one thing that most people do not know is that he has won a gold medal at the World Taekwondo Championship in Seoul, South Korea. Once again, Ketan and Neelam, welcome to Career Launch Australia. How does it feel?
We are very excited to be a part of this Career Launch Australia event, and it's always a pleasure to always speak to you.
Thank you so much. Your story actually is very, very unique. You completed your master's in 2008, but you permanently migrated in 2019.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit more about it.
Well, I did my master's here. Back in India, we had a joint family. My grandfather was the head of the family. Uh, After my master's, he wanted me to come back to India, get married, and then pursue whatever I wanted to. Uh, Also, I was trying to apply for my permanent residency, and uh, so in that turmoil, I went back to India. My father called me. I started work there, and within a year, I was married to Neelam. And
Wow, lucky
yeah,
you.
so work, kids, and so the entire thing took time, and days went months, months became year. But I always used to tell Neelam about the time that I had in Australia, in Melbourne, about the wonderful quality life that is there. And we always talked about having this thing of having our kids grow up and have a quality life for them. That's when we started again discussing that we should apply for PR. I applied for my PR, and then I came back to Australia.
Oh, okay. That's fantastic. So you're currently in Sydney, right?
Currently in Sydney here.
Oh, okay. Neelam, you both enrolled in the Ultimate Shift program while you were still in India. And I remember you waking up very early in the morning. And I really, really admire your commitment. Sometimes you have to wake up at 5 o'clock. Sometimes you have to wake up at 5:30 in the morning
Yes.
to match the Australian timings and all. In
Yes.
what way did the program actually help you, Neelam?
Yeah. The program has basically helped me in a lot of ways. I mean, I would say that I had first joined this program so that I could be a part of his overall journey. I at that time didn't know what I was expecting for myself. So, but as the course progressed and I learned new techniques of meditation, especially. Uh,
Mm,
I had was able to understand my limiting beliefs. I was able to. I mean, we could come up to our main purpose of moving to Australia. So I was evolved as a person. I became so much more positive, and now I feel so much more confident. Uh, yeah, yeah, it feels great.
right. Was it the same with you, Ketan, as well?
Absolutely. When I started the CLA coaching, I thought it was just about going on a journey to secure a job. But as the sessions progressed, it was more about my self exploration, understanding myself better, uh, all the different techniques and tools that we had. So it was more of a learning experience, which I can't express in words how important it is to help me evolve as a person right from the day when I joined CLA till now. So it's been a great journey so far.
Wonderful. Nice to hear that. Now, the typically most immigrants believe that getting a job in IT, and that too, if you have a PR, it's quite easy. People think that getting a job in, let's say, for example, engineering or accounting is hard. But most people believe that getting a job in IT is very easy because they think that IT is IT, whether it's
Yes.
Australia or India or America or Papua New Guinea, wherever it is. But I
True.
always believe that getting a job in Australia in any field is not easy. It's challenging, but it's not
Absolutely.
impossible either.
Yeah.
Do you think it was very easy for you to get a job in your
Uh,
case?
Not at all. Well, what I would say is most, yeah, definitely PR and your work visa is important. But as back in India or any other country, wherein your technical expertise is more counted, or your hard skills or technical skills are evaluated, and that's where you get interviewed, and everything depends on those. But in Australia, what I've seen is your soft skills or the tangible skills that you bring to the table, be it your leadership skills, people skills, your stakeholder management, all those skills are given a lot of importance. And the way the mindset is required here is how much you can give to the people, how much value you can add to the employer. So that is the basic difference that I've seen overseas and in Australia. So just having those technical skills, maybe 5 years or 10 years, does not help to get us or secure a job in Australia.
Hmm. Yeah, I know. Well, it's a bit of a challenge whether you are in IT or whether you are in engineering, but that's a typical, misconception that people have. By the way, I have Mandeep. Mandeep is saying, "Hello, Raju sir. Hi, Mandeep. How are you doing?" And he has said hello to you as well. Wow, you have becoming popular now. Great. Um, so, Ketan, you migrated to Australia first, and then
Yes.
Neelam followed you. So, Neelam, you followed Ketan along with the children a few months
Yes.
later.
Yes.
So he was here in Australia, you were in India looking after the children and making sure that everything is right before you come here. And Ketan, you were doing your level best to make sure that everything is right before Neelam and children come to Australia. The question I want to ask you, Neelam, is because there are a lot of people who are in your situation where the husband migrates first and then the wives and the children they follow later.
Mhm.
So the question that I want to ask you is, how did you use the Ultimate Shift Mentoring Program to emotionally and mentally support Ketan while he was looking for a job in Australia?
Yeah, yeah, sure. Uh, Luckily for us, the plus thing, that point that we had, was Ketan was in Melbourne, and he was living with his cousin. At times, during the difficult times, our relatives were there to support him. But since I knew Ketan is quite an introvert, so I definitely, when I attended this session, so I knew what he must be going through at that point. Whenever we spoke on the phone, I would never ask him was his job interview, or how was his networking going on. I never asked him about these questions. In fact, I just kept him motivated. I kept him positive, and like Rajiv sir used to tell us during the sessions, that everything begins with a thought, and like attracts like.
Hmm.
So we used to talk about a future in Australia. I used to always tell him when we will be together with kids, how things will be. It will be like our dream that we will be living at that point of time. So basically, I just kept him motivated and positive, and we kept meditating. In fact, the meditation technique has definitely worked like magic for us. Yeah.
Oh, okay, wonderful. That has been the feedback from almost all our
Yes.
clients, and they believe that the very unique kind of meditation that we teach in the program that helped many people, almost all the professionals who have enrolled in the program. Beautiful. There's a question from Shalini Rokde Pandit. Shalini Betsy, sir, can you tell me your native place? And it doesn't really matter, Shalini, where I come from. But what I can tell you is, yes, I'm originally from India. I'm a Maharashtrian. Is that enough for you to know? So I speak Marathi and all that. But yes, I'm originally from India. I'm a proud Indian. I've been living here since the last, 23 plus years now. But I visit India quite often and love my country. Right. So, Ketan, were there any particular skills, including your hard skills and soft skills, as well as the certification that help you in making yourself more employable in Australia? This question is very important because people who come to Australia who are in your situation, they will get immensely benefited with almost all the questions that I'm asking you. But this particular question is very important because you are from cybersecurity, and getting a job in cybersecurity in Australia can be challenging at times. Any particular skills, hard skills, soft skills, certifications that helped you more?
Uh, so what happens is when you have when I was trying to apply for jobs and everything, so the recruiters, when they see your resume, they know that you have 5 or 10 years of experience. So they know that your hard skills or technical skills, maybe education, training, certifications, would be there because you've been in the industry for so long. But what I would suggest is they always focus on the soft skills more. How can you help the company, or how can you manage effectively the stakeholders? How can you manage people and leadership skills? How can you help yourself in your time management? So all of these transferable skills are very important out here. So I would say technical skills are important, but soft skills are more given priority in Australia.
Hmm. It's a very valid point and you are right, because most people will know that you have technical skills when they look at your resume anyway. But soft skills is something that they will need to first judge you on when they talk to you. Ratish Kumar, Ratish has a message for you. You would like to comment on that?
Yeah, I'll just read that out. Congrats, Ketan and Neelam. Thank you, Ratish. For second job. Can you please share your first interview session in Australia? How Ultimate Chef program helped you in the interview? Uh, well, all I can say is during my first interview session, that was after the recruiter interview. What happened was I was a bit scared because it was nothing like what I had prepared for. But when I joined CLA, they had taken the mock interview sessions. I was prepared. I can never stress on the word prepare, because the more you prepare, the more better you get at it. So
Hmm.
Rajiv sir and the entire CLA team had helped me during mock interviews, making sure I answer it in a proper way, right from my resume building to my CV, to making sure that the way I talk about how the most important question is, tell me about yourself. So all of these questions and everything, they help me build confidence in myself that yes, I am a value adding person. I can add immense value to my employer. And when I went there and faced the first interview, I was already in my mindset saying that I'm not just a job seeker, but I can go and add value to the employer, and I have my own brand ready with me. And that immensely built confidence. And the way I went there and faced the interview, that really helped me.
Wow, that's fantastic. By the way, Ratish is currently in Abu Dhabi, and Ratish will be migrating to Australia very, very soon. He's only waiting for the conditions to improve. His wife is in India at the moment, and she is a software tester as well, Neelam, like you. So they'll be migrating to Australia very soon. I think Ratish will come here first, and then his wife will follow him.
All the best.
Right. Hitha has a question for you, Neelam.
How did you emotionally get ready to work while taking care of children? Yeah, that is the thing actually. Right now, currently, I'm not working. Soon, I will start working. I'm just settling down with the kids. Whenever I tell my younger child that I want to work now. I want to soon start working. So he doesn't want me to work. He says, no, then who will take care of us, and all sort of things. So I am just making them ready first. Emotionally, I am all ready to go, but my kids, I need to settle them first. That is my priority right now.
Yeah, great. Um, yes, I wanted to ask you this question. In the pre-coaching questionnaire, you mentioned that two of your strengths, Ketan, are patience and flexibility, which are great skills to have, particularly when you are migrating. Flexibility will help you anywhere in the world, in any situation. But patience and flexibility, how did they help you during your job search in Australia?
Yeah. So this trait has been with me since I became to know myself. But how it has helped me is job search in Australia is not an easy process. Uh, we so as CLA had outlined for me a stringent regime which I need to follow from right from getting up to follow up with the recruiters to applying on Seek, LinkedIn, networking, everything. So the more resumes I used to send out, the more recruiters I used to meet. It was not just a piece of cake right throughout. There used to be times wherein I used to send out applications, but there used to be no reply. uh, there are times when you tend to think that am I doing the right thing, but again believing in yourself and keeping patience and saying that I so the mindset coaching that I received from CLA, saying that believing in myself that yes, things will shape in for positive, things will get better, believe in yourself, that's what helped me. So patience really helped me to get through all these steps.
That's a choice you have, isn't it? Belief is always a choice that you have, and you have the freedom of choice. And good to see that you made that choice. Hitha has a question for you, Ketan, and she's asking, what preparations did you take before moving to Australia, both technically and financially?
Okay. So back in India, before coming to Australia, what I did was I was waiting for my PR, and that's when we contacted Rajiv sir for the CLA coaching. And the first advice that he gave me right from day one was, "When are you planning to come?" So that started from day one. He said that technically, whatever skills you have, I think, are enough or more than sufficient to apply for jobs in Australia. But still, in my preparation, right from when I started applying for this process of, I started reading about the Australian information security. As I'm from the information security background, started reading about how the companies work, what are the different processes, and everything. And slowly, I started preparing myself to get ready. Financially, yes, we were in a better situation there, both socially and economically. So that was not a challenge at my end.
Okay, beautiful. Neelam, we when we were going through this program, obviously, like anybody else, you had some limiting beliefs. What limiting beliefs did you have, and how did the mentoring program help you in eliminating those limiting beliefs?
Definitely, I had quite a few. In fact, the one most important limiting belief that I came across was I was quite an introvert. So when I came across this, and we discussed with Rajiv sir about this, so sir gave me a you gave me a small little exercise to do. I have to randomly go and greet people, look at them, and smile. When you told me about that exercise, sir, I definitely I thought I would easily do it. I mean, what's a big deal? It sounds so easy. But on the first day itself, I failed drastically. I was not able to do this activity even with one person. So definitely, you used to take feedback. Rajiv sir every day morning he used to take a feedback, and I couldn't lie. I had to tell him that whether I did it, I did not do it. So from then onwards, I started practicing my this exercise, and Now since I'm here, I know how important it was. Now when I go out to get my kids from school, randomly people just look at you, they give you a smile, they greet you, and I have come out of that limiting belief. Now I've made quite a few friends here. I've become much more confident, and I'm here now speaking on this platform is because I've come out of that fear of mine.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So nice to
Also,
see you here, on
yeah.
this live simulcast, Neelam. Shrihari is saying hi. Hi, Shrihari. A good friend of, very good friend of mine, Shirish Pofle. Shirish is from India, and we have been friends since the last 40 years, from the time when I was in Bombay. And he is asking a question in Marathi, which I will translate for you. He's asking, did the taekwondo skills benefit you in some or the other way?
Uh, well, what I would say is I haven't practiced taekwondo for a long time, but what they teach you about is self-discipline. And I think discipline in any fashion helps you in every possible way in your life. If you are disciplined and if you follow that regime throughout, it's definitely going to help you in some way or the other. So that has definitely helped me. Yes,
And the greatest role model you have in terms of discipline in your family is your father.
is my father. Yes.
Cool. Srihari is asking, what is Engineers Australia? Engineers Australia, Srihari, um, is an
It's a body.
accreditation body here in Australia, which accreditates the engineers, the professionals in the engineering field. You can get more information about it when you go online. All the information should be available there. Right. Tushar is saying, congratulations, guys, Ketan and Neelam. How did you approach recruitment agencies in search of dream job? Wow. Great question for you, Ketan.
Great question. Thank you, Tushar. Well, I would definitely give credit to Rajiv sir and the entire CLA team for helping me approach the recruitment agencies. Because it's not like in India, you send out the resume to a recruiter and you get calls. Uh, During the networking, strategic networking techniques, we had an entire session on how to network with the recruiters, with hiring managers, with the industry personals and professionals. And there were actually mock calls which happened with me. So right from speaking to the recruitment, making cold calls to taking them out for coffee catch-ups, entire thing was so nicely explained that became a habit wherein I used to get up, make calls to recruiters. So the Rajiv sir had given me a timetable saying that morning you get up, this is the time you call a recruiter. Again, the catch up should be done in so and so time. So that entire regime becomes such a nice way that it really helped me out to stand out in front of the recruiters rather than just sending across a resume and waiting for him to give me a call. So yes, it did help me out.
Again, it comes down to what? Discipline, isn't it?
Discipline, yes, it is.
Divya Lakshmi is the wife of Ratish Kumar, and that's the message for you, Neelam.
Yeah. Hi, I'm looking for a software to quit my job to support my family and look after kids. Same here. Will it be possible to restart my career in Australia after many years? Yeah. Yes, of course. Of course, it's definitely possible. You're basically, with the help of Rajiv Sir's team, you will definitely, when you go to the recruiter or the hiring manager, they will not ask you about your gaps. So you have to remove that thing from your mind first. And Rajiv sir will definitely guide you with your resume, with how the recruitment process works. And in Australia, I mean, Ketan would know much better about this, but they will ask you more about your soft skills and how you implement these soft skills into your in your professional life. So that is more important. Rest, they just need your technical knowledge needs to be, you should know just the basic technical knowledge. That's it. More important is the soft skills.
Absolutely. And what I would say, Divya Lakshmi, is please visit our website and go to our videos, or you can subscribe to Career Launch Australia YouTube channel. You will see quite a few videos there. You will see videos of some people, some professionals who actually had a gap of 3 years, 5 years, 6 years, and we still help them in getting the job in their field. So I completely agree with Neelam that yes, it's absolutely doable. If these guys can do it, if the girls who have done it before can do it, you most definitely can do it. Thank you, Shirish. Thank you so much once again. You are a big supporter of mine. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Aditya has a question. Congratulations on getting your perfect job. How did you manage to keep calm when you have got rejections during the process? Very good question, Aditya.
Thank you, Aditya. Well, I would again come back to the same thing. Patience is the most important virtue. Having discipline and not giving up is the other thing. And believing in yourself and having that mindset, saying that it's not far, it's just around the corner and you will achieve it. Just having that positive mindset helps you to overcome those rejections and keep yourself calm.
Also, I would like to add here. I remember Sir telling us, whenever you feel like quitting, whenever you feel like going back, just think the main purpose why you've come to Australia, and that will keep you going. Yeah.
Absolutely. Having faith in yourself is one thing, and at the same time, other than believing in yourself, your purpose in life is extremely important. That your purpose will drive you. So, Ketan, we shared a lot of tools with you in the program. Which tools or techniques you believe helped you the most in this entire program?
Uh, well, like I've said, I cannot say that or pick one tool over the other because all of them have been life changing for me. Be it creating unshakable confidence, having belief in yourself, to overcoming your mental fears, meditation, the JRD techniques, and even right from the mock interviews to everything, all of them have been so important in everything that I've done so far. But in order to stand out, I think the meditation technique stands out for me, and the networking techniques, the strategic networking techniques, wherein how to interact with people. Those two, I think, are the most important ones.
And I must say that you are a role model for many immigrants who are in your situation. I'm so proud of you, Ketan, that you not only you absorbed those techniques very well, but more importantly than that, you implemented those techniques in the right way at the right time. So it's not that you were lucky to get a job. You made it happen by following all those techniques. So yeah, that's a key. Um, Mariam has a question.
Is it difficult to find a job by not having local experience?
Thank you, Mariam. Well, again, I would stress local experience is not exactly the criteria, but having all the different soft skills, what value can you bring to the employer is more important rather than having local experience. The local experience they ask is just to make sure that you have all those soft skills in you to present yourself in front of the employers. So once you have all of those, I don't think local experience matters that much. It's how you present yourself and how confident you are. That is more important to secure a job in Australia.
And you're absolutely right, Ketan, because when I was talking to Darren, who has got 20 years of experience in the field of recruitment, he said exactly the same thing. He said, offer them so much value that they will not even ask you about the local experience. And that's the key, I suppose. All right. Vivek has a question. How did you manage to remain focused on your job search process, as every passing day in Australia without a job can be very stressful? Great question, Vivek.
Yes. Thank you, Vivek. Well, to remain focused, first was believing in myself, having my wife to motivate me, meditating daily, and again, focusing on our higher goal, saying that yes, we want to achieve this, come what may, and dedication and discipline. All of these factors help me remain calm and focused to achieve this thing.
Great. Now, I want to talk to you about a little bit more or in detail about the networking, Ketan,
Yeah.
because not everybody likes networking. Like Neelam said earlier, you are an introvert person, which means you don't like to go out and meet people and talk to people and do all those kind of crazy things.
Yeah.
It's unheard of for somebody like you.
Sure.
However, you implemented those techniques so well that only because of that you got this job. Would that be right to say that?
Absolutely. Uh, yes, it would be absolutely right to say that I got my first job through networking. Uh, but there was guidance from the CLA team. So I had just registered for meetups, and there was a networking event happening on one of the cybersecurity topics. I spoke to Rajiv sir, he guided me. So the CLA team spoke to me about how I need to approach people, because being an introvert, I could not go directly and strike a conversation with people, talking to them, getting them to add me to their LinkedIn profiles. And so all of these things, how to proceed further. So the CLA team guided me beautifully and saying that this is how you need to approach them, this is how you need to speak to them. So I went to my first networking event, made quite a bit of contacts there, and so the main key speaker who was there, so I spoke to him. He was a big personality. So he, when I spoke to him and I asked him, in the way fashion, which was told to me by CLA team. So what happened was, I was able to strike a chord with him, and uh, there was a job profile which was coming in, which and he referred me to those job profile. And so that's how networking helped me, because I did not knew their contact directly, but through networking I made contact with him, and that's how I was able to secure my first job. Again, what I would say is, most of the jobs here are filled via networking or referrals, or somebody referring you and hiring you directly. uh, it's more easy to say that it's advertised in the Seek or job profile site, you can apply and get a job. No, it's more important to do these networking techniques and make sure that you are there in front of everyone.
I guess the key is in doing it, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely.
So the idea can be very good on a piece of paper, but unless you implement it, nothing is going to happen.
Yeah.
Ratish has got a question. Any tip for immediate job seekers or a must do when you are in Australia? Any crucial habit that should be changed?
Ratish, what I would say is, and this was also told to me by Rajiv sir, and I experienced it firsthand. Uh, that is, always seek advice from a person or from a known person. Do not go in for unsolicited advice, because there are a lot of people who tend to think that getting a job in Australia is not possible, or this is not the right time to get it. So that changes your mindset. So what I would say is, don't go into the habit of listening to everyone. Just make sure that you concentrate on your goal, be focused, and just believe in yourself. That is a habit I think you should develop before coming to Australia.
Yes, you are absolutely right. And many people wait for the situations to become perfect. A very good example of that is last year. When everybody was shouting, screaming, and yelling and telling about, how the COVID has impacted their job search and all that, quite a few of our clients got the jobs right in the middle of COVID. They simply implemented the techniques and they had a very strong belief in themselves. That's the key, I believe, Ratish. All right. Tushar has a question. Have pandemic brought any change in interview process in Australia, for example, face-to-face versus Zoom interview? Any challenges here?
Uh, well, Tushar, I think nothing has changed so far. The interview process remains the same. The question pattern remains the same. Only thing is, you're just not sitting in front of them, but they are judging you right by the way how you speak, how you give add value to the employers. So the interview process still remains the same, wherein they ask you about your soft skills, transferable skills, and all of those questions. So I think there are no challenges. It's the same whether you go face to face or attend a Zoom interview.
Yeah, absolutely. What else? Right, I have a question for Neelam. You left everything in India, back home. Your parents, Ketan's parents, everybody there back home in India. Was the exercise of leaving everything behind and starting a whole new life in Australia worth it? And if yes, why?
Definitely, it was worth the whatever struggle, whatever things we did. It was definitely worth. We were actually having quite a comfortable life in India. It was both socially and economically. But the basic reason for us to move to Australia was for our children, for our kids. We wanted to give them the best of everything, best of education, best of quality life. Now, after a year, when I look at them, they are so happy. When I see, especially Ketan, spending so much of family quality time with us. I feel satisfied. I feel so happy, and we are grateful that we actually took the right decision at the right time. In fact, I would also like to thank my in-laws and my parents for supporting us in this decision. That was
Absolutely.
at most important for us. Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah, I know it's a great country, and I feel blessed that I'm living in this country. I'm a part of this country's economy since the last 23 years and never regretted of coming to Australia. And I'm sure you'll be feeling the same way as well. Ajay has a question.
Thank you, Ajay. Yes, I have worked in India for 10 plus years. What differences do you find the working culture? Uh, well, the working culture in India and here is totally different. It's more result oriented here. In India, also, there is work pressure, but family life takes a back seat. You are working on Saturdays, you're working on Sundays. But the culture in Australia that I've seen so far is you work 9 to 5, you slog everything in that 9 to 5. But after 5, the time is yours. And whatever time you give to the company is company time, and whatever time after that is your time. So, what I would say is definitely there is a huge difference on the working culture between India and Australia.
So, do you get enough time now, Ketan? Do you think you invest, yeah, enough time in your children, in the family, and do you have, work-life balance?
Yes, absolutely. The work-life balance that I've achieved after coming here was nothing like I had back in India. We are spending quality time. I'm able to take my kids to park in the evening. We both go for a walk, or even Saturdays and Sundays we have our time wherein we go out. So that was not possible in India because it always used to be having. Work pressure that there is a certain deliverable and I have to, the boss gives me call in the middle of the night or after office hours saying that this needs to be done right now or yeah. So that has changed.
Very nice. Thank you, Swati. Thank you for your compliments and good afternoon to you. Thank you for watching this live simulcast from India all the way. Um, so, what specific advice, Ketan, would you give to the immigrant job searchers in Australia who are in your situation at the moment?
Uh, the advice that I would like to give them is make sure you're prepared. Make sure that you are prepared for everything that comes your way. Make sure you get a good mentor, advisor, and guidance like I got from CLA. So that would be the best thing in order to go ahead and achieve your job. Don't ever stop believing in yourself. Make sure you have your dream goal outlined, saying that this is what I want to achieve, or your higher purpose, and then go ahead and go towards it. Never lose patience. Uh, the journey of getting a job is not easy, but you need to have patience and flexibility to achieve it. That would be my advice to all the job seekers.
Wonderful. And Divya Lakshmi has a question for you, Neelam. I'm afraid of how my kids will cope up with new environment and people. Is the neighborhood same as India? What should I expect?
Lakshmi, let me tell you one thing. Whenever I ask my kids, do you want to go back to India? They always say no. They are so happy, and you should be least worried. I mean, even I had this fear when I was in India that how will kids cope up with other classmates and the teachers. But trust me, the teachers are so wonderful. The children here are so beautiful. Your kids will enjoy. It will be you who will feel left out, in fact, but the kids, you don't have to worry about the kids at all. They'll never wanting to go back, exactly.
Absolutely. And from what I understand, Melbourne and Sydney, they are the friendliest cities in the world. Melbourne is the most livable city in the world, but Sydney is also a great city to live in. They both are the friendliest cities in the world. And I think, if I'm not wrong, Australia is the second happiest country in the world
Yeah.
after Norway. So, yeah, Lakshmi, you can't go wrong with this
Yes.
country and with this place. So, I'm sure you will do well here. Is there anything else you would like to add, Neelam or Ketan?
Mm,
Uh, all I would like to add is thank you so much. Always keep believing, everyone. In CLA, I have found Rajiv sir to be my most amazing mentor, guide, and support in every stages. The clarity that CLA gave me right from the moment I enrolled, right from when I should arrive to Australia, when I should not, everything was so much perfectly aligned that it really helped me to have a good life here. Thank you so much.
Beautiful. So with that, I think we come to the end of this live simulcast, and I sincerely wish that all your dreams may come true, and may all your ambitions be fulfilled in your future. Ketan and Neelam, I cannot thank you enough for this video testimonial, and I'm sure all the people, all the professionals who are watching this live will get benefited out of this video testimonial, video interview. If you are from any field for that matter, or if you are a fresh Australian graduate who is looking for a job in your field, Career Launch Australia can most definitely help you. You might be a professional who might be waiting to come to Australia, who has already got a PR visa, or who are in the process of getting their PR. I have just recently heard that some PR, some under 189 and 190 are a little bit delayed because of the COVID situation in Australia, but that will eventually happen. So if you are one of those who actually has got a PR visa and who is waiting for coming to Australia soon, you can most definitely contact us. You can visit our website, careerlaunch.com.au. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, Career Launch Australia YouTube channel. Please visit the channel and subscribe and watch a lot of videos. If nothing happens, I can guarantee you that you will get a lot of inspiration out of watching those videos. So, Ketan and Neelam, once again, thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and hope to see you soon. With that, I say goodbye to all the viewers, and
Thank
I
you.
will see you in the next video very, very soon. So, bye for now.
thank
Thank
you,
you.
thank you.